Okay, I want to get really quick and go over Sketchup, the online version, okay? So you need to point your browser on your computer to app.sketchup.com. Here we go. Now you may get a login screen instead of this one. I'm probably not logged in, so I'm going to log in now. And you want to log in with your Google school account. Okay, so if you've got a couple of different accounts, pick your school one. First thing I want to do is make sure I'm using a metric drawing. Okay, millimeters is what we want. So I clicked on the little folder, I went new, and then millimeters. I think I did meters before. Millimeters. Because we're making a stool, it's quite small. She's there for reference for architectural. I'm going to click on her with my left button and delete. Now I'm going to talk about left button, middle button, right button, and the wheel, okay? The wheel on your mouse is a middle button, and you need a mouse. It's very hard to do with the trackpad. The leg of the stool is going to be 38 millimeters by 38 millimeters. So I'm going to start with a square. Yeah, over there will do me fine. Okay, so a square. I click once, let my finger go off the mouse, then I move it. I generally move it. I don't think you have to, but I move it so I can see what I'm going to do. I can see down the bottom right hand corner it says 990 by 1666. Okay, I want mine, so I'm going to just type. I don't have to click there. 38, 38. I've just typed that on my keyboard, no spaces, and hit enter. It looks very small, but it's to scale. Down here on the little orbit button, which yours could be different, it could be any one of those, okay, the bottom icon, I'm going to go to this button here and go zoom extents, okay, and then I'll see everything I drew, okay, so the wheel rolls me in and out, zoom goes in and out, wherever I've got the icon, okay, wherever I've got my pointer, that's where it'll zoom in. If I hold down shift, hold down the middle button, I can pan about. And if I hold down the middle button, I can orbit. Okay. Now, that's my cross section of my timber, 38 by 38. I want to give it some depth, so I'm going to extrude it. We call that push-pull on SketchUp. It looks like that little button there with the little arrow pulling up. Okay, exactly what I'm going to do. Now, when I hover over the face, it highlights it, it shades it. I'm going to click once, let go of my mouse, pull it up in the direction I want to go, and type in 330. The first leg I'm going to cut is 330. Now, the leg's going to be angled at 15 degrees, so I want to draw on 15 degrees. In the woodwork room, we'll use a sliding bevel, because we won't have anything that's 15 degrees, so we'll use sliding bevel. In math, I would use a protractor. So I'm going to get my protractor, looks like protractor. I'm going to come up and mark the corner here, bring it along that line, because that's the line I want to adjust, okay? Along that line, and now I tell it 15 degrees. So once again, I just type in 15. I've got 15 degrees there. I'm going to take my pencil, like we did in class, and I'm going to draw from the intersection. I've now got an intersection where my line here cuts this line. It's called an intersection. So I'm going to click on there to my corner, and I'm going to push pull through. Okay, and then I'm going to delete the construction line. We're going to do the same thing with the bottom protractor, but this time we're going to go from this corner, same face, along that edge, and point it up, and type in 15. Take my pencil, corner to intersection, push pull through that edge. Now I can just go up here and say that's the edge I want to go to, everything's perpendicular and straight, and I would then delete that line. Don't need it anymore. Okay? I want to straighten it. Okay? So if I zoom out, there's my origin. I'm going to use this to help me. So I'm going to take an arrow, drag a box around it, and before I go anywhere I'm going to right click, make it a component, and call it a leg. I might even add 0, 1 to it, or 1 or something, so I know. Left might be good too. There's a button down here called move. If I hover slowly it'll tell me what the buttons do, the icons. I'm going to click on move. I just want that one so I can leave it where it is. Find the corner, and I'm going to bring it down to that origin there. So I'm using shift and the middle button. Okay, so I've got it aligned there. Because I'm going to angle the leg now, so I'm going to take my move. Next one down is rotate. I'm going to rotate along this face. Okay, so up this edge, this is the edge I want to get straight with that edge, and I'm going to bring it down and let it lock in. Okay, it should just lock in 15 degrees. I can see I could type it in if I wanted to be really accurate, but there. I'm going to take that leg down and move it. So back to my move button, click on it. It's a component, so it all goes blue, and I can move it. I can move it along the red axis, green axis, or even up the blue if I can get it right up the blue axis, so perpendicular. But I want to go along the red. I'm going to hit Control and make a duplicate of it on the red axis. Okay, so it stays aligned at that edge there. Now I want to flip it because my table or my chair doesn't look like that, does it? So I'm going to right click on it, flip on the red. Now I can see it's going to go the right way. To get it in position I'm going to move it from this corner. I might move it here so you can see better, and then I'm going to rotate it from the origin. It's still blue, so I'm rotating the right one. Okay, on that edge. Technically I guess it is 30 degrees, but I'm moving it down to this red axis. Okay, now I want to have my chair to look, and this is the end. Okay, so I'm going to go back to move, and I'm going to move it in like this. Now my chair, I want to have 200 mil from this edge to this edge. I don't know what that size would be because it was 38 when it went up here, but it's not. So what I'm going to do is move this edge to that one, and then I'm going to take it again, keep it on the red axis, move it along without clicking, and type in 200. Now it's exactly where I want it. I'm going to draw in my cross piece over there. And once again, rectangle. I might go from this corner along here. I'm not worried about the length, but I am worried about the width. So I'm going to type in 3, actually, you know what, I'll go even bigger, 400, 38. Now I'm going to take it, and because these are components, it's not going to stick to them, but while I'm at it, I want to make this, right click, a unique component, because left and right are going to be different. I'm going to push pull this piece to that edge there, and it'll snap. That's the beauty of SketchUp. I told you yesterday, if I click once and bring it out for anywhere along these edges, that's where it's going to lock into. I'm going to triple click on here, and I'm just going to move it along the red so it's over like that. Now, whoops, I'm going to get my pencil tool. It's not a component, this piece yet, and I'm going to draw a line up here and a line up here to those points there, the intersection. Then I'm going to cut them away. I want to make a halving joint up here, so I'm going to get my pencil again. I'm going to draw it here, and I'm going to draw one on the other side. Now, because they're components, even though I'm drawing on them, that won't affect them. They're locked. So it's only going to draw on the one that's not a component. I'm going to click on that face. Now I want to get halfway. I could type it in. I know half of 38 is 19. Or I could just click on a midpoint somewhere. Done both sides. So if I was to triple click on it now, I would see what that piece is going to be like. Okay? And I could bring it up and do all sorts of things with it. What I'm going to do is cut the leg as well. You can see I've got a face here, and then it flips. That's the art of this project, okay? I'm going to take my pencil. I need to activate this. I'll do this one first, this leg. Double click, pencil, so now I'm in it, I can edit it. Intersection to intersection, and then I pull it in to halfway. Now I've got my joint, my halving joint. I'm going to come around the other side and do the same thing. Double click, go into edit, pencil, draw a line across here, and push it in halfway. Okay, I've got my joint. It's not a component yet. What I will do before I make it a component is I want to bring it down. I want to duplicate it because I have one here and one down here, and obviously this one will be longer. But you don't know the length. You've just drawn the top. I'm going to bring it down. I might grab it from this corner. Actually, you know what? I'll grab it from that corner there. Keep moving my drawing around. Lock it in there. Okay. And now I'm going to unselect it, but I'm going to select those two edges. Did you see the thing I showed you to start with? If I drag from the right, I get everything the box touches. If I drag from the left, I get everything that fully is enclosed in the box. So even that line behind it, okay? I get all those faces together. I'm going to then go move, and I'm only going to move those blue ones. I'm going to bring this one to there, okay? Click, drag along the red one, there we go, we've got it. I want to do exactly the same thing, but first, do we want to flip it? We can see here we'd have a problem, okay, because we don't want a face there and a face there, we want it to be flipped. So I'm going to highlight it, right click and flip along the red again. That's better, that's what I want, that's what my job is, okay. And double click on this piece, draw my line in here and push it in halfway, okay. I'm going to do the same on this one. I'm going to take a line, draw it along there and pull it halfway. Okay, so I can get halfway from here. That's what I want. I'm going to make that a component. Cross. I'll call that O2. Right click on that, make component. Cross O1. I could say top and bottom too. Now, I want to take this, duplicate the whole lot, so I drag the box around it. I'm going to move it, press Control, and duplicate it out. What I will do is I'll duplicate it to, well, let's put it here to start with, okay. What I'm working on now, that's the front, and I want the width of my chair. That's going to be a little bit of your design. I need to do one more thing. If I have a look at it, I need to flip it, okay. So I'm going to select the whole lot, because the reason I want to flip it is because it's not symmetrical. This should be on the inside to make it match up. That piece should be on the outside when I'm looking at it from the front, and this will technically be the front of the job. Drag a box, right click, and flip along, but not red this time, green. Okay, let's have a look. That looks better, that looks more symmetrical. I want to get the distance, this will be up to you, but what I'm thinking is from this corner to this corner, I want my seat to be about, I'd say 300. So I'm going to bring it along the green axis and type in 300. Okay, that looks about right. Now I might put my cross piece in here. Okay, so there's the start of my seat. I'm going to take this, draw that in there. I can see it's going to be 376, so I'm going to do 38,376, and I've got my piece there. Okay, now they're components, so once again nothing will stick. I'm going to get push-pull, I'm going to take that face, I'm going to bring it down to there. Okay, but I need to do my joinery. I'm going to come in from the top. So what I want to do, a line on the bottom like that. I may as well do it over here while I'm there. And then I'm going to go push-pull. I will find halfway here. I can find halfway along there. Just 19. And I can push-pull up here to there, 19. Okay, there we go. Now that's the job as it is. I do need to put in, double click on here. Now this one here, I won't need to make it unique because it'll be, escape, and that's going to be a square, isn't it? 38 by 38. And you watch this side over here. See how that is doing the same thing because it's the same part. Okay, there we go. I've now make that a component. I'll call it cross 3. And when I want, I can look at my job, an exploded view. I need to do the seat, which is about, I know it's roughly about 200, and we have timber at 140. Let's take 200 divided by 3. So the easy way to do that is say we know what 21 divided by 3 is. 70, we'll do 70 mil pieces, okay? So we're going to take our square and we're going to come in from halfway, and I can see down the bottom it says 338, so I'm going to do 70, 338, and there I've got my piece. It's 19 mil, so I'm going to pull it up 19, and what I'll do is I'll make that a component. Okay? I don't know, seat 01. Just put it, make it duplicate at the moment. I'll make it over here, so I'm dragging along that corner, press Control to duplicate, put it there, say 2 times. Now I've got the 3 pieces that are the seat, and they'll be cut off on the same angle, so you can see that one's fine. Now I could work out and change my distance, but what I would do in the workshop is I would have 3 at 70. I've selected them all. I'm going to move from the center of that one, hold down Shift to keep it aligned, and then find the center here. Oh, that won't work. You know what I'm going to do? 1, Shift, 2, 3, move, find my center, hold down Shift so it stays there, and then come down here and find the center. Now I've got it nice and even. I'm going to make this one, actually I'll make this one unique. Make unique, and then I'll have to do this once. Double click, get my pencil, start from here. Now there's another color. You saw the blue, you saw the red, and you saw the green, right? But if I do pink and hold down Shift, it follows this line here. Look at that. Got it. Well, you know what? I don't think that's going to work. Oh yeah, I'll just do it anyway. Okay. Now pull it in, cut it away. It's cut this piece out, so I'm going to right click that and go flip along red, I think. Red. and then I'm going to move it in. Now I'm going to move all three down and cut out my rebate. Move it down on the blue, so I'll hold down shift, move it down to there. Now, I can see that it needs to come out a bit. Okay, I'll do that in a second. First thing I might do is make sure it's centered. It may have shifted. Midpoint, hold down shift, hold down shift and find the midpoint. I need to get a good view over here, midpoint. Okay, so that means when I take this, if I take that face there, I can move it out. Why is it doing that? I must have the edge picked. I want to just get that one face, okay? What happened before was I was picking the face at the back. Okay, you can see where I'm bringing it out. I'm going to hold down black and shift and move it to that face. Let's see if that worked. No, I'm going to do it again. Keep it on the red. Oh, that pink looked like what I want. It's not locking in where I want it, so what I'm going to do is just take it, draw a line down here, and cut it out. Done. Now, I know I want to cut away here. I've got my slats. The best way to do that would be draw a line. That's there. Double click on this one. Draw a line over there. Let's see if okay. I want to just have a look because I haven't made them unique. 1, 2, 2, 3. Move it straight up is easier. Double click on here. Let's have a look if this does what I want it to do. Yep. And that will cut with the router. I would delete that line too. There we go. We cut with the router. There may be a face over here. I'm just going to get rid of that. Just going to get rid of that. Delete. Delete. I can't imagine. There we go. Nice and neat. Both done. Bring that corner down to this corner. And there's our stool. Ready to go. Done in less than half an hour. You'll take a bit longer. Rewind, stop, pause, go back, watch it a few times. Okay? Done. Thanks for watching.